This video is about the aspects of productivity that is related with your thinking, how your emotions depict your productivity. A research paper from Emotional Intelligence and Work Performance literally defines that emotional intelligence is an ability to recognize one's emotions and regulate them accordingly. These will be the two main focus for this video. See, you require recognition and regulation. That's like the main first point and the second point. And recognition is somewhat related with personal competence and social competence. What am I trying to mean with that? See, personal competence can be referred to as self-management. You can refer to as managing time, managing happiness, managing work. Social competence is literally like somewhat of a leadership side of things, managing others. We will not be focusing much since you're trying to focus on productivity by yourself. And regulation, after you recognize, how do you regulate yourself? Okay, see, in the research paper it also says that like employees' performance in a workplace can be best predicted by emotional intelligence, as it can project their productivity by understanding and managing their emotions in the preferred manner accordingly. The way you control your brain and interpret what your brain feels at times is the way that defines your work life, your work system, and in turn your own productivity. According to some researchers, I believe, and this literally says that emotional intelligence empowers an individual to motivate oneself. Once you know how your brain responds, what's right and what's wrong, you'll be so much expert in a sense that, okay, if I don't do that, if I feel like that, and what if I reflect back and say to myself that, okay, this is not true. Trust me, this is a very whole new level of self-understanding yourself. We will move deep into how this really works. See, I believe that's you, okay? The goal. What is the goal? Effectively recognize and act to be happier and productive. I believe that happiness always comes first. I talk about happiness in most of the videos, and it always comes at the top or the base level, where it this literally defines your productivity. Recognizing and acting. How to really do that? That's the question. Okay, capsulating the situation. Let's say you are in a situation, you have a system in your life, like this is how you study, this is how you manage things, whatever it is, and you encounter a present problem, okay? Now you kind of tweak your system, or you overcome the problem, but you do not overcome the problem by knowing what you knew already. You have to learn something new or change something, which you already do, but you don't recognize it. Now this is your past problem. You overcame that problem and reached here. Now you have a different system. But are you taking notes of what new things have worked and what haven't worked and what mistakes you have made? Have you really thought how your brain thought and brain processed throughout this whole entire process of, let's say, preparing for an exam, preparing for a project, whatever it is? I don't think not every people does that. That's where the emotional intelligence part comes in. See, the transition is the goal. The transition from system one to a different system is the main goal. And the transition can be referred as self-regulation, which is our second biggest thing for this video. And the self-regulation comes from self-assessment. If you know whatever you're doing throughout the ways, you can self-regulate yourself by saying, okay, I have this, now I gotta change this. Does that make sense, right? And a good excerpt from the research paper also says that, like, some experts define emotional intelligence as the ability to perceive, appraise, express, understand, and regulate emotions. As long as you can understand what is it that really goes inside your mind whenever you're working, whenever you're not working, that's the time when you should really be like, oh damn, that's my aha moment, right? Okay, secondly, factors and understanding emotional intelligence. We're moving deep into the emotional intelligence spectrum. Okay, emotional intelligence can be described in 5 aspects: social skills, social awareness, self-motivation, self-regulation, self-awareness. These are the type of things that I cover in my channel. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to learn all of those things in one day. Trust me, guys, every video of mine is not a one-night thing. It's more about a process, a changing. It's not definite end. It's about how you evolve over the time. It's about how you develop. What's the art of developing throughout the time? That's what I really try to matter in my videos. See, these are the core things that defines emotional intelligence. Best thing is being able to understand what is the thing that's going on with you, okay? From the research, well, for you, I found that if you detect a problem, let's say, for example, managing a time, and then you list down the pain points. Now I'm talking about some of the solutions for this problem. You list down the pain points, okay? And you do a complete analysis. Okay, I have a problem regarding managing my time, or I have too much work. Okay, list them down. What is it that's making me feel is very important. Feel like I have too much work, okay? Complete analysis and then do research on that specific topic. Like, how do other people have done like research and manage time? How do other people do that? Once you do that, you should self-reflect on whatever you have done, okay? Where you face it, right? Is it like, where is it like, what is the exact position or place that I'm really feeling that? Now you understand what's your problem. What is the exact, more deeper area of problem and how can I tackle it, right? You must reflect, okay, when I was doing this, then this happened, and how it has impacted you. You must ask yourself, if I went to sleep earlier, does it impact me negatively or positively? Does it have it ever impacted me? Okay, I didn't study much and then I did bad. Always reflect back. It's like thinking over, okay, if I did that, I did this, I did that. Self-reflection, which has to be very positive, very friendly, and very equal, like unequal in a sense that it's smooth enough for you to understand and be positive with it, okay? Once you have that problem detection and self-reflection, both of them done, what you can do is self-assess. You can assess yourself because like you already assessed yourself in this process. Now you're like, okay, since this is the problem, this can be a possible solution because you did prior research, right? You have your brain ready, you have what you know what's wrong because there's no one else to tell you what's wrong. Now you can self-assess yourself, right? And then you can iterate back and forth. Okay, this doesn't work, okay, try out new things. It's about the process, nothing else, right? Maybe this thing tries, maybe that thing tries, maybe that thing makes me feel better, maybe that thing makes me productive, maybe that thing makes my time manage so more effectively, right? And you contribute to your productivity every single step. That is the main juice for this video. So from the research, it was derived that like these 5 sectors are achieved through good content consumptions. If you consume good content from good people, not me, but good people regarding business, productivity, psychology, emotional intelligence, it's gonna impact you so much within 3 months of time, and I assure you of that. And you must put it into practice. How do you put it into practice? This is the way you put it into practice. You might think this is a long process. Well, no, it's not a long process. It's about getting into your mindset, and you will automatically do this. I do this, and I don't even feel like I do this. I just sometimes get out a paper and list down, okay, these are the things that I need to do. That's it, literally. Thirdly, connecting emotional intelligence to productivity. We have already connected to productivity, but how do you connect it more? So you have resources, you have teachings that you learned. You have your own self-assessment. You know where you are. You know what things may need to be improved, right? Then you reflect back. Now you have already established emotional intelligence. Once you do that, you've already established emotional intelligence, okay? So from the research, in terms of personal competence in the idea of emotional intelligence, if you can tick most of this, you are very well off the track. If you have emotional consciousness, like you know if I'm feeling sad or good or bad, you self-appraise, you self-assure yourself, like literally going to the mirror, it's very good. You have a loyalty to your own self. You are positive always, don't think negative. If you feel like, okay, this is bad, you'll automatically understand that if you're really being a positive dude or a negative dude, right? And you realize yourself, you can take these things, right? And self-regulation, that can be constancy, which is being faithful actually. Scrupulousness, which is ethics in a sense. Malleability, which is like going back. Once you are derailing from something, you have the ability to go back, and you have self-control. These are the things that determine the nitty-gritty aspects of emotional intelligence, okay? Now, the question is, how to be productive now? See, if you can adopt, and understand the frameworks and the things that go with emotional intelligence and understand what goes in your brain, study your brain, it literally allows you to be more productive automatically, like 100%. Tested by me, okay? Because you base your emotional intelligence on a problem. You're not like, oh, I'm emotional intelligence just out of the bat. You have a problem in your life, you harness on that problem, try to fix that problem, and now you're more self-aware, self-conscious, and you are good enough. to move forward, right? I believe that productivity can be defined many ways. For me, it's happy work and happy life. For some, it's working more. For some, it's working less. For me, it's unhappy work and a productive life in a sense that I have fun, I do work, I have work-life balance. Simple as that, okay? You find problems in your productivity. Okay, that's very specific. You are watching this video for productivity, right? Now you need to find problems relating to productivity, okay? Where is the problems that is stopping me from being productive? Then you self-assess, as I said, and you practice that emotional intelligence. Simple as that. This is the route that you need to follow. Try solving those problems and use self-regulation. Okay, this doesn't work. Okay, then I change this. Okay, if that doesn't work, okay, I change this. This is the process. Simple as that, but not explicit enough in the outside world. Okay, I listed some things. Finding problems, solving problems. This literally a two-step process. Okay, 1, what is your root cause? Maybe time managing, procrastination. 2, what is causing the root cause? What is causing the time management problem or the procrastination problem? For example, I am not taking rest. I am not feeling strength, whatever that is. I'm not feeling good enough, whatever that is. Now, the stage of solving problems. Okay, what can I do myself? How can YouTube help me? And what is my action plan of changing? Okay, you've completed the action plan, reflect back. Did it work? Okay, it doesn't. Like always, it's not like get a pen and piece of paper. It's not like that. It's like how you process your thinking, your brain. How does your brain feel? How does your heart feel throughout this process is the main point of getting those things in place and in correct order, okay? So, besides solving and harnessing emotional intelligence, know about the reality. You need to know what's really true or false. You can't only focus on your emotions, right? See, productivity cannot be working only. It makes it unachievable. If you're having fun, that's also being productive. Who told you that? Try setting those weird rules in your brain and resetting those rules in a way that really helps you instead. And productivity can be renewable happiness that makes life better and makes work achievable. Then you build a reservoir of happiness. It's that simple as that, right? And now, number 4, applying emotional intelligence outside your boundaries. This is a complex framework from the research, okay? Factors affecting emotional intelligence, interpersonal ability, intrapersonal ability as well, stress management, which is also a very big sector from personal practice. Take a snapshot of this if you want to see a bigger picture, but you don't need to really think about this right now. This will get better. Emotional recognition, assess, emotional regulation, regulate. These two things build out the emotional intelligence. It's a renewable thing. This emotional intelligence is a renewable thing. It goes on, okay? What are the determinants that you are emotionally intelligent? Your leadership, your commitment, your work culture, your turnover. It's talking about the work, like the work life as well. It really matters if you're trying to build a company or be good in a company as well. And that should affect your work performance individually or in a group as well. See, these are the factors affecting work performance. See, these two, like, what do I say, like agreements of recognition and regulation is the thing that produces the most of the output. And these are universal skills, all right? And it is acquired through resources. Literally, knowledge is helping you. The more knowledge you have, the more knowledge will be applicable to you and you will be better, right? Your vision defines your life and your success. That's the process that I'm trying to portray in this video. And from the research, it also says that emotional intelligence acts as a key driver for regulating, directing, and controlling emotional, personal, and social competencies of people at work, okay? And I believe all of these can be achieved through just 3 steps. Summarize. Perceive your problems, see how others solved it, reflect back, repeat. That's it. See you in the next video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Bye-bye.